This is Midweek Politics with Dave Pakman.
Welcome back to Midweek Politics. I'm David Pakman. We'll be getting to your emails in just a few minutes, so make sure to send them over. radio@midweekpolitics.com. And of course, become a member of Midweek Politics at midweekpolitics.com/membership. You'll support the show. You'll get a ton of extra stuff, including most recently my phone call to the church in Las Vegas that is supporting the Put Homosexuals to Death initiative in Uganda. Speaking of interesting stories, to say the least, here's one. France passes, or at least they've taken the first step to passing a burqa ban. France's lower house of parliament overwhelmingly passed a ban on any veils that cover the face, including the burqa, the full body covering worn by some Muslim women. The vote was, listen to this, 335 to 1. The measure still has to go beyond the French Senate before it becomes law. They won't vote on it until September. Now, Amnesty International condemned the vote. They said it would violate the rights to freedom of expression and religion of the women who wear the burqas, and for a number of other reasons, they don't like it. Now, French people back the ban by a margin of more than 4 to 1. I think this is great. I think this is absolutely great. Forget about the fact that there are many examples where the use of the burqa is part of the entire context in which women are oppressed, made second-class citizens. Forget about all that. For a second, assume that's not even an issue. The use of these covers are a safety risk for everybody. If you pull someone over who's driving with a burqa, assuming it's a place where a woman is even allowed to drive, right, which is not everywhere, how do you know who you pulled over? If a crime has been committed and you have video evidence, how can you identify the victim if you have security camera footage? The perpetrator, if on camera they're fully covered. Do you see where I'm going with this, Louis?
Yeah, but is it okay if these women want to wear a gorilla suit that completely covers them?
I have no idea. I mean, here we go with another famous Louis can of worms.
No, I think this is really stupid.
I mean, what if a woman is attacked and the witnesses say she was wearing a burqa?
There are any number of outfits that can cover every part of your body, but they're banning only the burqa.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what's going on.
But hold on a second. How can I even tell you if it's a woman for sure and what color her skin was or anything? I believe that the enforcement of forcing women to wear the burqa, number one, should be thrown out. The burqa ban may go a long way to protecting women. I understand what you're saying. Okay, well, what about a gorilla suit? I don't know. Is it customary to wear gorilla suits? And the other issue is, if somebody is wearing a gorilla suit...
I don't think it's customary to wear a burqa in France.
If somebody is wearing a gorilla suit, police pull you over and they say, you've got to take off your costume, right? Somebody's wearing a burqa and the police say, you've got to take off your costume. We're opening up a human rights discrimination can of worms, are we not?
Listen, if someone tried to pass this in this country, it would be unconstitutional.
I believe that the burqa is dangerous to women. I can't imagine any other understanding of this. I mean, the bill envisions a fine of about $190 and or a citizenship course as punishment for wearing a face covering. And here's the more interesting part. Forcing a woman to wear a burqa in France would be punishable by a year in prison or a 15,000 euro fine. The government said, calling it a new form of enslavement that the Republic cannot accept on its soil. I like this, Louis.
I don't like it.
So it should be legal for a man to force his wife to wear a burqa?
No, that's a separate issue.
It's in the bill.
That's a separate issue. That's fine. Okay? No one should be able to force anyone to wear anything.
But it should be illegal to wear it if the woman wants to.
It should be legal to wear it if a woman wants to, of course.
Okay. Well, new poll on midweekpolitics.com. Should burqas be banned either for safety, security, or for human rights issues? Yes, no, or not sure. Go to midweekpolitics.com, vote in the poll. Next week, we will address this. It's a compelling issue, Louis, I have to tell you. It really is. Michael Steele, like many former Republican chairmen, Michael Steele is doing a horrible job, and he's putting his foot in his mouth constantly. Now, he's even driven out longtime GOP fundraisers, some of which have started fundraising for other, more conservative organizations. He is not being fired because he is black. And I don't mean this as a racist thing myself. What I believe is going on at this point is that the Republican Party is afraid of how it would look if they fire the first black GOP chairman. I'm not saying the Republican Party is racist. I know we will get emails saying I am saying that. I am not saying that. Some of them may be. We know that. But I'm not saying that that's the reason here. The GOP is afraid if they fire Michael Steele at this point, it will appear that they are racist. and they do not want that.
Do you agree?
Do I agree that it would look racist? No. I think he has embarrassed himself so substantially at this point that it would be completely warranted to get him out of there. He's proposing other... Your chairman has to be in line with what the politicians and elected officials of the party are doing. When the Republican Party is putting out one health plan or no health plan, and Michael Steele is coming up with an alternative one himself that is not authorized, that makes the party look bad. It hurts fundraising. I think it would be, at this point, completely warranted to get Michael Steele out of there.
Agreed, but no doubt people will take advantage of that and say that it's racism.
Honestly, I almost can't blame the Republicans because you know that there will be those calls. I actually would not, in this case, accuse them of being racist, the GOP, that is.
It's completely legitimate for them to be worried about it.
Midweek Politics is made possible in part by CSR Wire, the corporate social responsibility newswire at csrwire.com, by DIF Design, specializing in custom business websites at difdesign.com. To find out more about underwriting Midweek Politics, visit midweekpolitics.com.